everybody was up for that game because we recognised and realised the importance of it. You know, to get a win against the Dutch side was going to be very important for us.
Graham Taylor, the England manager, had called for a fervent response from the Wembley crowd.
You know, always a proud moment leading your international side out. That's something that Laurie McMenamin and I always said to the players, look, even if you didn't know the words, at least mouth them.
Now Paul Ince feeding the ball through, Gascoigne edge of the area. Good start this by England.
Free kick here, Barnes, great free kick. Obviously I know John and knew what he was capable of doing, but it's a fantastic free kick that. At that time, you're going back 93, he'd moved on to Liverpool just as I left Watford, but he'd made his mark at Liverpool, a great player. And I've seen John Barnes put those free kicks in before, so there was no surprise for me, but it was actually a great start for us.
Still John Barnes, whips it across, just beyond Ferdinand.
And I have to say, we played extremely well all during the game. Look at that for a tackle. And he doesn't get up. Fair to Ince, no complaining. But we really dominated the game, and we were able to do that by getting hold of midfield. Gascoigne was coming into his own because he was getting his fitness, he'd proved his fitness, and he was coming in. And he was able to go and play because Carlton Palmer was doing an excellent job. They would now call him a holding midfield player, but those terms weren't about in those days. But that's what he was doing and was making it very difficult and allowing Gascoigne to go on and create things.
For England, there might be a bit of space now for him. It was a good decoy run.
Gascoigne really on the song he was really coming back there, and it's Platt, typical Platty. I'd had David at Aston Villa, and he was always very cool. He was always on the spot. You know, it was very rarely that he knew where the chances were, and he would follow balls up like we saw in this goal, the one that came back off the post. You know, he wasn't stood still. He was there to get it in and knock it in. This was one of the best displays by England under my reign. They played very, very well.
Now it's Wouters and a useful ball here for Bergkamp, and Bergkamp gets one back for Holland.
There is Bergkamp, one of the greatest players that I've seen. Fantastic goal, that is. Just gave them some breathing space. Later on I spoke to Dick Advocaat and he was telling me how he really got into the Dutch players at half-time. I mean, we dominated the first half. And what you see here is what people forget, and it will be shown. It's an absolutely disgraceful Wouters. Look at that elbow. He knows exactly what he's doing. In this day and age, a repeat of that, he would have been disciplined anyhow, even if, and the referee, who's within 5 yards, says he doesn't see it.
And that's the damage he's done to Gascoigne.
Understandably, the Dutch were coming on a little bit more now because they knew time was running out for them. The move started, I can see the move now, it started over on the right flank, when in fact, I think it was Wouters again, got to the ball just before David Platt and just whacked it anywhere. And he whacked it diagonally right across to the other end of the pitch. And I don't know if it was Overmars or who was it. And he's got a free run and Des comes in. And the one thing you don't hear is me shouting, no, no, because I could see what he was going to do. I could see Des was going to pull. Now he will argue, Des, that his first contact with the player was outside the box, but obviously there was another contact which was inside the box. Van Vossen, I think it was the substitute, or Von Vossen, whichever way we go at it. And it comes up and they get their draw. I'm going to shout for Tony Adams to get them going again. But, you know, these things happen. And that happened, and the draw, the penalty and the scoring of the penalty, you know, when the ball went in, it was the kick in the stomach that none of us wanted, but you feel it. And, you know, I felt it terribly at that time because I knew how well the players had played. And sometimes your performance doesn't get you the result that you deserve. It was the first, I have to say this in all honesty, all those years gone, it was the first time after the Dutch game at home, I went home and the first thought of possible non-qualification entered my head. And for me, the 2-2 draw was a turning point in my reign as the England manager. So I look back on it and try not to think about it.